What is up, everybody? I hope you're having a fantastic day. And as you can tell by the title of the video, I want to talk about undead units in the game and how some people kind of, they overvalue them. They kind of think they are the end-all, be-all, the best of the best. And I kind of want to go over the pros and the cons of them and what makes them good and bad and what you should look for when you use them. Now, this isn't to say they're bad or anything like that. I do feel like people overvalue them, though, in certain ways, and it's a shame because the AI, a lot of the cons Undead have, the AI really doesn't take advantage of those. So, in reality, Undead is probably the most overpowered unit type, or class type, I guess you could say, or I don't know, whatever you want to say it. They're probably the best just due to the fact that the game doesn't compensate for that or do any of the things that majorly make Undead weak. So what do I mean? Well, I want to go over the pros first of, Undead units. What makes Undead units good? Well, they can return with full health after being, encapped. So after the 3 turns, the timer ticks down, they come back. That's one of the greatest things about them and one of their best strengths, especially if you're an auto battle guru. As long as your whole party doesn't get wiped, they're all going to come back up. So, very, very useful. Probably the main benefit to them. Dark magic is almost useless on them. So, that's huge. They're not really going to take a lot of damage from that. And the ghosts, I don't know who really use ghosts or skeletons. They're kind of... I don't know who really uses ghosts or skeletons in their parties, but ghosts, they have the float movement, so they have a little bit better movement than other classes. They're kind of like a wingman or whatever. And the best way to use Undead, if you want them to be the most effective as possible, is to have a Lich or a Necromancer backing them up. Either both, one of each, or a couple Liches. That's going to be your go-to. Probably 2 Liches, maybe 3 Liches, and the rest Undead. Or you could be really crazy and go 1 Lich and all Undead, I guess. Now, that's the good things about the Undead. That's what makes them very good. Now, these bad things, they're there, but you're probably not going to run into them too much. So, basically, they're boulder and light weapons are, the bane of Undead. They take extra light damage, which would be the same thing with Heavenly Judgment. That's gonna mess up the Undead too. So, but the chances of the enemy possessing those things isn't that great in my experience. I mean, I could be wrong. If I am, let me know down in the comments. But how often do you run into units that are using divine magic on you, light-based weapons, some of the top-tier magic? I mean, maybe in Coda that might be a thing. Very, very pinnacle of the game content. But the majority of the game, I don't think you're going to have that issue. And obviously, HP damage can only be healed with Putrefy. I don't know if I'm just saying that wrong. It just doesn't sound right to me. I wanted to say Petrify, but it's Putrefy, and only the Lich or Necromancer has access to that. So Drain Heart obviously can heal too, but it's not really, it's kind of class-based, and it's not going to be as effective. So obviously healing Undead is an issue, but like I said, if you can stay in the fight and last an extra 3 turns, they come back up with a majority of their health. So that's always good. Status magic is still a thing that can affect them. Drain spells still work on them, so they're not immune to any of that. The skeleton's RT is kind of slower than a generic human by a couple points. So if you do use skeletons, you kind of have to deal with low RT, which is bad, or high RT, I guess I should say. And the ghosts, I'm kind of shocked with the ghosts too, with the limited class options they have. Just being a wizard and warlock, or witch and enchantress if you want to do the female version. And probably the biggest con for a lot of people, and what takes so much time, and why a lot of people probably don't use Undead, is they're not very easy to make or recruit. And very much so through the first half of the game, you're unlikely to have any Undead units. And then once you get, the ability to create Undead units, or make them, it takes a little bit of time to get the army up and going. And do keep in mind, Undead units do not level up. So the best time to make Undead units is either at level 40, when you kind of hit one of the major caps in the game, or level 50 once you get to the final cap of the game. You can recruit undead units, I guess, if you have that option with the right class, so that's an option as well. But do keep in mind that without them leveling up, that's kind of a huge downside, because, you know, they're gonna, if you get them too early, they're gonna kind of lose their value. At least I would think so. But that's pretty much the pros and the cons of Undead. And, you know, do I think they're good? Oh yeah, I think Undead are great. Do I use them? No, I don't really use them. I have used a couple like lower level ones, but I've never really made a party or done anything, you know, too crazy for Undead, you know. Never really did it. Never really never went much into it. I am curious though. Let's as you can see, this is an auto battle with what's his name? Andarius? Is that his name? I wonder how this would go. Is his name Andarius? Andorius, I'm sorry. You know, if you want to stick around and see how this battle turns out, I'm very curious. I kind of just threw this party together haphazardly. And I don't think it's gonna go good, actually, now that he's kind of engaged in the battle here. It was going pretty smooth. But I don't think Rescue Ranger Vice is gonna have what it takes to... I don't know if summons are gonna be enough to carry me in this auto battle. I might have to either you know, reform the party here. I didn't really realize I was coming into a kind of a very key moment boss fight. And of course, see, the AI targets the weaker units, so like if I could just get my AI to just focus down Andorius, it'd be a lot better. But oh, this battle could go for a long time though with auto battle, so I don't think I want to make this video 10 minutes longer. But hey guys, let me know what you think about undead units, the undead just type, I guess, in general. Do you use undead? Is it too much work? Do you find them to be some of the strongest in the game because the AI doesn't really exploit their weaknesses much? Let me know. Let me know down below. Let me know how you guys feel. Love to hear your comments and responses. As always, I try to read and, you know, respond to every comment I see because I enjoy interacting with you guys and talking about this awesome game. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. So until then, have a good one, and peace out, guys. See you later.